YouTube, what's going on YouTube? What is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. And as always, it's positive energy, it's positive vibes, and most importantly, it is positive vibes only. All right, so today, Smell Good family, we are back with more from my friends over at Yom and Layl, and I'm super excited to talk about this one, to experience this one for the first time. This is an unboxing. You guys seem to love that style of video, so I'll keep doing it as long as y'all still want to watch it. All right, so of course, before we even jump into this fragrance, I cannot speak to longevity, I cannot speak to sillage, I can't speak those things right now. I will be wearing this fragrance very soon and be back to report those stats to y'all for those who want to know. All right, but for me, most importantly, how does a fragrance smell? And with an unboxing, you really get to experience the nature of fragrance. Is basically how it smells, what are the notes, and what do you think about it? All right, so today we have a banger. All right, we have a banger, and this one is called Player. All right, still in the box. I haven't even cut the slits off of it. About to do that now as we're talking, and this is their take on one of my favorite fragrances in the world. Yes, and that is Mind Games Gambit. Yes, they have went in and they have took it on the challenge of putting their spin on one of my favorite fragrances from that house and just period, and that is Gambit. All right, so we're getting ready to unbox it, smell it, and see what we got going on. But of course, if you're new to Yom and Layl or not new and you want to get something for free, well, here's your chance. All right, all you gotta do is hit the link in the description. All right, you got to use Dedrick 10, and if you spend up to $84.99, you can get a free 10 ml sample of anything that Yom and Layl has in stock. So if you want to get that discovery set, or a couple 30 mls, or a couple 100 mls, or whatever it is, all you need is 100 ml to meet that. But you get up to $84.99, and it's something that you were curious about, you just don't know if you want to pull the trigger. That's where that 10 ml sample is going to come into play. All right, so hit the link in the description, use Dedrick 10, and get that free 10 ml. Get that free 10 ml, see for yourself. And if you're a fan, hey, you might can add something new to your already established collection, or a collection that's just getting off the ground and running. All right, so take advantage of that. Link in the description. All right, so let's go ahead and tap in. Here we go. Gonna go ahead and get this out. I'm super excited. They do this thing with the plastic now, and I already smell it because it's already kind of sprayed it already. Yeah, it's everywhere already. So they got this plastic slip that they're putting on the caps of the fragrances. I guess when they move around in the packaging, but it's kind of sprayed the fragrance a bit, and I smell it, and it definitely smells like Gambit without even smelling it. Like putting it to my nose, it definitely smells like Gambit. All right, so I had to kind of wipe that down a little bit. All right, so here we go. Here's the bottle as always. This is Player from Yom and Layl. Beautiful bottle, beautiful packaging. Yom and Layl doesn't miss with the packaging. Really good quality service that you get with the box and with the bottle. I would not loosely hold anything with the packaging, or I wouldn't hold the bottle from the cap. I would not, just kind of slides on the place there. So just keep that in mind. All right, so let's go ahead and get in the air, get it on skin, and see if this holds up to one of my favorite fragrances, period. All right, so pressurized atomizer in the air. As you know, Yom and Layl, well, most of y'all know, or if you don't know, Yom and Layl have their extrait de parfum concentrated, 40% oil concentrations, very rich concentrations. And in the air, this smells outstanding. It smells outstanding in the air. It definitely has the Gambit profile locked up, for sure. All right, let's get a spray on my hand here. One spray, that's all you need. And let's get into it, man. Definitely getting that spiced clove smell, that you get from Gambit. There's a bit of a freshness here in the air, and then definitely just getting that petitgrain. Not much of the patchouli in the air, but that petitgrain clove actions, which is a beautiful marriage when it comes to notes, is done really well here. But let's see what we get on skin. Yeah, this is Gambit. So right away, what I noticed that it's not as, it doesn't have as much of a push on the spice that the original has right away, which is not a bad thing at all. Just giving my thoughts initially here. There is a bit more of a fresh take with Player. Much more. That lavender in here is, really being utilized here, and I know it's contributing to more of a fresher vibe here. Now, no Inspired by Fragrance is a one-to-one. There are always going to be differences for sure. But here I am getting the petitgrain. I am getting the clove, and I am getting a bit more freshness than you get from the original Gambit, which is a bit more denser, a bit more even darker than what you're getting here. And for me, why is that not a big deal? Well, in my day-to-day life, a fresher, concentrated fragrance goes a long way in my collection in my day-to-day life, for sure. Because even with the fragrance like Gambit, which is so sophisticated, so gentleman-like, masculine, just royalty in the bottle, is that a boss-like fragrance is what you get with Gambit. It's amazing that, Yeoman Layl is able to do the job that they do, with just profiles like this, man. It's really outstanding, and a testament to, what your experience is going to be like over at Yeoman Layl if you're, tap into, their products for sure. This is beautifully blended. It's well done. It's quality. You don't get no big alcoholic, synthetic anything with this or any other ones from Yeoman Layl. I've never experienced anything that doesn't have good quality. This is good, man. For someone who's going to ask me, hey D, how close is it to the original? It's in that 90th percentile for sure. The big glaring difference is definitely how much more fresher that Player is in comparison to Gambit. Like, that's the only thing that I really noticed, and me personally, I'm happy about that. Why is that? Again, I wouldn't wear Gambit in the highest heat days. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't wear Gambit in the highest heat during summer. Like I said, it's spicy. In the original, at least, it's spicy. The cloves are really present, at least off my skin and off my clothing. It's just something I just wouldn't play with like that. But this here, I definitely can get a sense of more of a fresher vibe than that. That's why in that 90th percentile seems fair to Player. All right, so let's go to the note breakdown here and see what we get. Let's see here. Let's see what do we get here with Player. So the notes, I expect them to be similar from Yeoman Layl, and they are. So top notes, cloves, lavender, and petitgrain. In the mid, cardamom, geranium, and mimosa. In the base, ambrose star, patchouli, and sandalwood. Okay, so this is projecting off of my hand really, really well. I mean, I haven't worn this, but I'd be shocked if this wasn't a damn good performer. I'd be super surprised if you're not going to get the performance that you're looking for. Is it beast mode and roaring off of my skin and making me run away from the profile? No, it's not. It's actually, it's exactly where I love my fragrances to be. Especially the ones that I look forward to having that experience of me standing out. And this is going to help you stand out. This profile is not for everybody. It is not for everybody. All right, the cloves here, that smoky, slightly spiced, fresh lavender, fresh petitgrain type of vibe, almost gives off this luxury, leathery feel to the fragrance DNA, and you get it here in Player for sure. All right, so Again, the one thing that really stands out in comparison to the original is the fresher take. And like I said, in the summertime, especially with my, what I do for a living and, where I'm going to be working, it's warmer over there. It's a little bit more warmer. So certain fragrances that I could get away with in the summertime wearing to work, I won't be able to do that anymore when I was in the colder aspect of things. All right. So now we're in the warmer side, and this is going to be one that's going to come in clutch as I'm maneuvering around in a more warmer climate. Office friendly, not office safe, because this is a complex profile. Some people say it reminds them of the Dior Sauvage Elixir vibes. I feel that. It definitely makes me think of it. But they're not identical to the profile of Sauvage Elixir. It's not. But it definitely reminds you of the profile. Similar to, I'll give you an example, how people say Cedrat Boisé and Creed Aventus. Well, they don't smell alike, but they do the same things, all right? And that's what Dior Sauvage Elixir and Gambit do, the same things, okay? But really good. I'm a little biased because I love the DNA. Gambit was one of the first fragrances from Mind Games that I was introduced to, that right along with French Defense, and I love it. I love it. It's, matter of fact, Gambit is the most used fragrance, most used Mind Games fragrance in my collection. It is. I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. All right, so this stuff is really, really good. Look forward to seeing how it does performance-wise, how it projects, the sillage, everything with it. Looking forward to seeing what it does, and I'm gonna be wearing this really soon, really soon, next week, in fact, to the office and see what it's about. God, this is amazing. I love this profile. They did an outstanding job. Yeoman Layl's Player is amazing. Get that in focus. Again, this is not a profile for everybody. This is more of a masculine take. The price of this is crazy. All right, a Mind Games fragrance is $400 plus. Yeoman Layl, I think it's $84.99 for a 100 ml bottle. Let's see. Let me pull up. I don't want to tell y'all the wrong information on that live. I know y'all can just click and see for yourself. But 100 ml, $84.99. $84.99 versus $400. It's up to you what lane you want to go to. But I will say this, I'll never recommend an inspired take over the original. Never will do it. I will always say go with the original. But, and I am a fan of this, it doesn't cost a lot. It don't cost $400 to smell incredible. It doesn't cost that much. $84.99 might be expensive. I get it. Wherever you are in your finances, you got to make that decision. But I will say this, for this to be $84.99 is a steal, in my opinion, because of the quality, the profile in itself, the presentation, everything that Yeoman Layl offer for this price it's a great deal. It's a great deal, in my opinion, in my personal opinion. All right. So fantastic here. Job well done. The team over at Yeoman Layl, they are on a hot streak, and a lot of y'all agree. A lot of y'all have been leaving comments and letting me know how your experiences have been with Discovery sets and, getting full bottles. So I'm glad to hear that you guys are enjoying the brand. And they're great. Like I said, I put them up there with Dual and Alexandria, but for me, Yeoman Layl, they get the job done. For me, they are outstanding in what they do. All right. So again, get that free 10 ml. You can even get this in a sample form in your Discovery set. See for yourself. Hit the link down in the description. If you are not a believer and you're looking to find out, don't listen to me. Don't listen to nobody else. Don't even read the comments. If you're that curious, see for yourself and form your own opinion. If you think they're great, they're going to be great. If you think they're good, they're going to be good. If you think they suck and D is full of it, then they're going to suck and D is full of it to you. That's why you got to form your very own opinion, because my opinion is my own, and that's how I'm rocking with, baby. That's what I'm rocking with. All right, so Player from the house of Yeoman Layl, really good. Once again, Player, Yeoman Layl, their inspired take on Mind Games Gambit, which again, I might be a little bit biased. That's one of my favorite fragrances in my entire collection. One of the best profiles that I love to wear going to the office and dressed up occasions. It is outstanding. All right, outstanding. All right, so let me know down below, have y'all tried Player or anything from Yeoman Layl? Let us know down below in the comments. Speak your mind. Let your voice be heard. Keep it classy and respectful. Even if you don't like them or like what you've experienced, and we can rock out. We can rock out. But the moment somebody decide to get sideways and ignorant, bye, 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 bye. Peace, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Splack it up, splack it down, splack that thing all around. And remember, what you put into this world, that's exactly, let me get in focus. Okay, what you put into this world is exactly what you are going to get back. Positive energy, positive vibes, baby. All right, salute y'all. Peace. All right, splack it. Hey, the shirt raw now. We got that throwback vintage Rocky 3 Clover Line. No, that ain't Clover Line. Mr. T. I'm talking about Clover Line. Mr. T. Mr. T, man. The Rocky Balboa. I had to pick it up, man. It's dope. All right. Anyway, bye, y'all.